Good day, my dear subscribers. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you're watching me from. This is Eating Pain again. This is a platform where we talk about the challenges that men go through, and sometimes we talk about the challenges women go through as well. I am hoping to have two videos today. I have one that is related to a woman. But the one I want to discuss right now is the one that a friend, a brother sent to me, asking that what should I do in this situation. Now let's dive into the story. So my brother, this guy, I don't know him, but I call every man who has these challenges my brother. So this brother has, what do you call it? Is a jaye guy. What do we call jaye? These guys that don't stay in the house. They are always on the streets, having fun, meeting guys, going to club. He's married. He has two kids. He's an engineer. So he has two kids. The wife is also an engineer. So they have two kids. They live in the states of, they live in Maryland. So long story short, this brother goes out. He's a happening guy. He wants to be with his guys. There's nothing wrong with that. He's a street boy. He keeps going out, and the wife keeps telling him, "Guy, why are you always doing this? Why are you always going out? You have me in the house. You leave the children with me alone. I'm alone. I'm bored and all that, and you always go out." So my brother will not listen to the wife. One of these days, very few days ago, I think he watched my channel, then he now sent in this story. He said a few days ago, on Friday specifically, the wife stylishly just left the house. Like say in the evening, she said she's going for an errand, left the children with him, and never came back. She didn't even come back. She came back the following day. After leaving the house at maybe like 5, 6 in the evening, went to meet some friends, hanged out with the friends, and from that hanging out, they went straight to a nightclub. She came in like, the brother said she came in around 2 a.m. 2 a.m. to 3 a.m. thereabout. That's when she came in. She just breezed in. So apparently, she had left the kids with this guy. So the guy cannot go out because they don't have any nanny. They don't have nannies in the house that will take care of the kids. They don't have any other person that will take care of the kids. It's just two of them. So if one is out, the other is with the children. So apparently, since she's out, he is with the children. Madam came back home, said nothing. Things were good. They started, he asked her, "Where are you coming from?" And she just made a pass at it and said, "Hey, I went out with friends and that's it. I went to the club and I'm back." Bam. That was the close of the scenario. She went out on Friday, came back on Saturday. She stayed indoors and, was having fun. Bro could not go out. It was Saturday. They would have to prepare for church and all that. So on Sunday, they went to church, came back, and my darling sister decided to pick her bag again and wanted to step out. 9 bros drag and come back, say, "Where you they go? You know they go anywhere." You go nowhere. Where are you going to? They started, altercation. They started quarreling and fighting, and a bit of little stress was involved and all that. Before you know it, there was a bit of violence, which I don't advocate. I don't advocate violence in a relationship, in marriage, in anything. I don't advocate it at all. It's It's even illegal, totally illegal for you to raise your hand on anyone. So I don't advocate it at all. This bros lay his hands on the sister. Now, so Madam carried phone. She just carried the call and dialed 911 and called the cops to, come to the house. Long story short, this brother was picked up. He was sent to jail straight off. He went to jail straight off, and he never slept in the house. He stayed in jail for I think 30 days. He couldn't, from what he wrote, he said he couldn't get his bond, processed on time. And before you know it, somehow he was released, and somehow he, came back to the house, and they are back together, but there is friction. There is friction, a lot of friction. So now she started, going around telling friends if she's safe in the house, if her marriage is not on rocky grounds, what should she do, what could likely be the outcome since the husband now has a record and all those stuff. But the issue now is the brother now called me to find out what should he also, no, not call, send a mail. He wants, commentaries on this story from listeners that what should he do in this situation? Because now he has a record and she pressed charges. So they're going to court. They're going to be, going to court to discuss this matter with the judge. Apparently, this is domestic violence, and I think it takes about 9 months to 1 year in sentencing. So he's afraid of what he will do to worsen his situation. He's just a permanent resident, and this Trump, the current president, Mr. Trump, his immigration laws are very, very stringent. If you have any issue with as a permanent resident, there's a likelihood that you'll be deported. So he's kind of worried about what he should do, whether he should beg the wife. Then he's worried whether the wife is cheating or whether the wife is seeing someone out there. He's really worried that if it had been that he is going out, that is the problem. She should have just discussed it with him. She is now worried that maybe because he's going out, he's only just going out to be with friends, that he's not cheating at all. He is thinking of maybe bringing in counseling, to see a counselor, to probably discuss with the wife before, the court time, so that she can actually, withdraw the charges against him. So he just, he's confused currently. The sad part of it is that this brother is an orphan and is the only child of his parents. So he doesn't have relatives that he can actually reach out to and tell them what he is going through and what his plans are and what his current challenge is. On the other hand, of course, the wife has parents, has some backings, has relatives and all that. So he's afraid. He's now like the lone wolf, among several jackals, or he's the only person amongst all of these family members that are his in-laws. So he's feeling that the wife is only playing the two can play the game thing. The two can play the game phenomenon. In my response to him, because I already responded to him, I told him that, look, the problem with your marriage is that you guys were not communicating. Because you guys, if you had communicated properly, I tell people, when you're married, being married doesn't mean that it takes away your individuality. It doesn't mean that it should take away your life. Marriage should not take away your life. Marriage should rather add value to your life. Because before you got married, you have been the outing type, nothing stops you from being the outing type in marriage. You can probably just go out with your wife. And even if you cannot go out with your wife or your spouse, you can actually go out, but schedule it. If this weekend she goes out, the next weekend you go out, and you can always go out with married couples as well, so that it will be like bonding for married couples that are your friends. So that's what I told him, because it was the major problem of that marriage, because he wasn't communicating his exits and entry into that house. While Madame feels like, okay, two can play the game, I will also do likewise. So since you like going out, you think I don't like going out, I am going to do it. That means there's a breach of communication in that house. There must have been some element of mistrust as well, because if she could just dump the children on you and step out without even letting you know where she's going to, let's even say that anything happens to her when she's out, how do you know where to find her? Where do you look for? You just have to call the police to say, my wife stepped out and I don't know where she went to. That doesn't sound right in the head. So I told him, look, there's a breakdown in communication, and I think you guys are just trying to do two can play the games, especially her. She's trying to do like two can play the game. So if you can step out, I can also step out, which doesn't seem right. So I gave him the advice to, of course, go for counseling, because it seems there's a breakdown in the relationship. You guys should go for counseling so that you can know, where your shortcoming is. She can also know where her shortcoming is, and you guys can come together. And during the process of the counseling, you can actually beg her, to drop the charges, because once she press on with the charges, he's toast in America. His record is finished. He just needs to migrate out of America then. And President Trump doesn't take nonsense. Once you're a green card and you have that kind of record, you are out of the system. In fact, by the time he's finishing his sentencing from the jailhouse, he's just been deported straight off to wherever he came from. So that was my advice, my response to him. When he sent the email. Please drop your own comment as well. Let us know what you feel about the relationship. Should a wife just dump children on the husband without telling the husband where she's going to or where she's coming from? Or should the man also just step out of the house without telling the wife, oh, my wife, I'm going to this place, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that? I think there should be a communication. For me, I think there should be a communication when partners are doing things outside of the home. When you marry, you have not just become one, you are one. And once you become one, there should be no secrecy. There should be no hiding place. There should be no, hiding things and doing things on your own or stuff like that. You can actually do things on your own, don't get me wrong. But please communicate to your partner. That's what I feel. I really don't want the guy to have issues on his hands. So I will advise the wife, in case the wife is watching me, please drop the charges against your husband and make your marriage work. Some single people are begging God to be married, but you are married and you are distorting your marriage. That is not too nice. This is the story. Please drop your comments. Let us know what this brother should do. What should he do? What should he not do? Should he pacify the wife? Beg her? What should he do? So that's what I brought today. Please drop your comments, like the video, and please share. We want to grow the community. Let people learn that, marriage is really tough these days, and men too we go through abuse just like women do. Thank you. Bye.